Hello friends, in this session, we will merge Terraform, everyone's favorite infrastructure as a code engine, with the Azure Developer CLI, also known as AZD, for a ridiculously fast container apps workflow. Our goal is in 5 minutes or less, we'll start with an empty folder and end with a hello world container on Azure Container Apps. So let's go ahead and dive right in. I will share my screen, but also please make sure that you have completed the prerequisites, which includes running AZ login to authenticate. You have Terraform installed. You can check if you have it installed by running terraform-version. And once you have it installed, make sure that you toggle on the feature using this command I'm pasting on screen and running it. You only really need to do this once. Next, we will go ahead and create our project directory. We'll call it ACA TF demo. And we will go ahead and open the folder and VS Code. And now let's initialize the project using AZD init. We will create a minimal project and use dev as the name for the environment. Running the init creates the Azure YAML, the .environment, and the infra, plus 2 bicep files that we don't really need. We'll go ahead and delete both of those. All right. We are also going to edit the azure.yaml file to this code snippet. All the code that we are using today can be found using the link in the description. The main thing to see here is that we are specifying the provider. We're using Terraform, and this overrides the default, which is bicep. We will also create an empty TF-vars file. It is required by version AZD v114. It is entirely valid. Some versions expect this file. It's an empty JSON object, and it lets Terraform keep all its default variable values. We will go ahead and also now add our main.tf file in the infra folder. And I have code that is already configured. I'll explain it briefly what each section means. We have the Terraform and provider block at the top. Here we pin Azure RM provider to version 349 and require Terraform at least 1.3, and it guarantees our syntax won't suddenly break the next month. We have the variable section. The variable section is our name, region, the container image, and all other parameters. If you want to use West US, you can use your own image or just override these values by passing the -var flags later on. We have the resource group, which is the resource group configuration, log analytics workspace. Container Apps requires this for log collection. We stick it into the same resource group. We have the container app environment. The container app environment is just a mini cluster where multiple container apps can live. The container app resource, here's the star, we give it its name, tie it to the environment, expose it to port 80, and tell it to pull the quick start image from Microsoft's MCR. And then finally, for output, we just print the URL such that we don't have to go hunting for it on the Azure portal. So now let's go ahead and run AZD up, and we should be prompted to select the subscription, which I will do out of this very long list. Select the region. Let's see, why is it? I forgot to save these files, so you should remember to do that. Let's go ahead and try it again, AZD up. We will, yep, already the subscription and the region were saved. So we'll give it a couple of moments to run. All right, and we are back. So we can see that it successfully ran and we have our output with the link. So I'll go ahead and copy that, open up a browser, paste it in, and we can see successfully your container app is running with a hello world image. And then there you have it. So now we don't want to incur additional charges. So in order to clean up, there's a simple command, which is AZD down, which we can run, and it'll take us a couple of moments to run. but it will delete your resource group, it will delete your container app instance, anything else, any artifacts that were created along the process. And there you have it. We just deployed an Azure Container App starting from 0, and then we ended with our final Hello World Azure Container Apps. It's simple, it's easy. AZD is the way to go. Smash that like button, subscribe for more Azure and DevOps tutorials, and I'll see you in the next video.